back to the channel. We are in Calgary, Canada on another Gate 1 adventure. This is the 5-day express Canadian Rockies tour. We're going to start here in Calgary, work our way up to Banff, and then Lake Louise. This is our second trip with Gate 1. If you haven't seen my other video, you can click it here. But we really enjoyed that last trip, and we like not having to plan anything, so we booked another one. We got a free day today. We flew in yesterday after work. We took the 5 p.m. flight out of Portland, which put us in here at about midnight. We had kind of a lazy morning. I worked out, and now we're gonna go explore Calgary, check out the tower, and do some other things. Did the tower, it's right there. Now we're headed to the Olympic Plaza and then a museum. This is the Olympic Plaza. I thought these were like rock climbing things at first. Other end of the Stevens Mall Walk here. That's where we came in this morning. I'm trying to figure out how to get into the Glenbow, but it's apparently under construction. All right. Turns out the museum is temporarily closed, so we're gonna do a little bit of shopping here on Stevens Mall Walk. Everywhere we go, we try to buy a Christmas ornament, so we're gonna try to find one for Calgary, and then we're gonna do the river walk. Strikeout number 1. Attempt number 2. And strikeout number 2. Try number 3. 0 for 3. Oh, did you bring your book?
Yeah.
F this and F that. Maybe they've got... Failed at 6 locations to find Christmas ornaments.
Oh my God. Look at this. All right, after looking at 6 places, we came back to get a luggage tag as a...
You want this one or this one? I think this one because it has everything on it.
Okay. I don't feel stronger.
Went back to the hotel, laid down for like 15 minutes just to get off our feet. No, maybe it was like 35. Anyway, now we're on the Bow River Walk. There's supposed to be some parks down here, and our waitress at lunch recommended crossing the Pierce Bridge, which I think is down here. So let's check it out. That got ugly quick.
Welcome and thank you for choosing Gate 1. Again, as I said, I've been a tour director since 2005, working primarily in the Canadian Rockies, but I also do our eastern side of Canada, Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, Boston, New York. I do that section down there as well. I've not done that with Gate 1 as of yet, but they do have offerings down that way, programs that run through in that area as well.
Morning from Calgary. Day 2 of the trip with Gate 1. Today's the real kind of first day though, we're getting out. So we will be starting here in Calgary at the hotel where we came in. We're going to do a tour of Calgary in the old part of the city, and then we'll be back on the bus and headed to Banff for some free time. So full transparency, I got pretty sick this morning. Woke up, threw up, couldn't keep anything down, including water. So as we drove around on the bus, I didn't get much video. When we stopped for lunch, Lacey and I just went to a cafe. I got some water and a cookie into me. I'm feeling a lot better now, but we're gonna head to Banff. Slowly just taking water and hope this goes away. I think I just ate something bad yesterday. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but these are the type of things you run into when you travel.
What have you for the '88 Olympics. It is still a training facility for the Canadian Olympic team. Banff, as you can see, they've just closed this off in the last couple of weeks, so it is closed down for vehicle traffic in the summer season. The only vehicles that can travel through there are the transit buses. So again, here we are. This is the Bow River Falls, the confluence of the Bow River.
Ladies and gentlemen, cheers. Welcome to the Canadian Rocky Mountains.
Cheers.
I'll give you some later.
basins and the waters. They create these little sand monuments, and they call them hoodoos. They have a very significant importance to the members of the First Nations communities, and there are a number of reader boards as you make your way along the walking path.
So the black is how deep the snow gets. It is 1 1/4 laces. All right, we made it to the hotel. Now we're headed out to have dinner at Three Bears, which is the restaurant our waitress in Calgary recommended. Day 3, feeling a lot better, not 100% by any means, but feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday was really rough. At one point, Lacey said my face was completely white. So yeah, I got a little bit of dinner in me, feeling better. Today, day 3, we are headed to Lake Louise for a tour, and then we'll be headed back to Banff and going on a boat ride, on a raft ride down the Bow River. Should be a lot of fun. It is cold here. It's like 36 to 40 degrees all day, and it's gonna be raining. So we'll see. We'll see what actually happens, but looking forward to it.
You on to Emerald Lake and on to the Natural Bridge, and I'll talk about those as we get there. And then we'll visit Lake Louise. Okay, so Lake Louise will be our last stop for today. We are scheduled to be back here at about 2 o'clock-ish. And then those folks going out on the rafting this afternoon, we're going to depart here at 2:45. Speed for you. That's the best we can do. Oh, look at a bunch of babies too. Up here, that's the upper spiral up that way. Okay. What we're looking at here, down below here, is the lower spiral. Okay? So what happens is it comes up this way here. This is going to Lake Louise. Okay? This is coming from. So it goes in this mountain, it does a little Laverne L, and then comes up. Okay? So what we're looking down below here is the lower spiral.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you look. This is Emerald Lake. Bet when it's not raining, that's an amazing view, but it is. Glacial blue water. Saw this little bridge from the other bridge. Plus there's nobody else down here, so always a plus. Oh wow. We would have to run it. What we should do is wander off by ourselves so that when the bears come, Doesn't like, I don't know if it's the rain, but it kind of reminds me of Alaska for some reason.
This area can be very, very slippery, especially in this wet conditions that we have today. So please remain on the correct side of all the protection barriers.
This is apparently called Natural Bridge. Next stop should be Lake Louise, but it's been a good morning. It's been a little wet. What's that? We are now at Lake Louise, walking down to the lake. Still raining. Apparently the glacier is up there. It's too bad it's overcast. These look like some incredible mountains. Yeah, this one you have to be a guest at to go into. The one in Banff you don't. I love how our MO is like walk quickly, get ahead of the group. Snowing up in the mountains right there. We just got back from our walk around the lake. It's cleared up. You can see the glacier. Very cool. All right, so we're back from Lake Louise, and we are headed out on a raft tour down the Bow River. Also raining, but I mean, come on, look at just look at this. Cold on the butt. Look how clear this water is. No orientation, no waiver. Just don't pull up.
Oh no, that's the Banff Springs, right? Yeah, Banff Springs Hotel. Owned by them. Alright. Could be right and wrong at the same time, I guess. This guy looks like a gorilla. This is a neat trick with the boards to keep your feet dry.
Out in Calgary, got a whole Christmas store in Banff. Success. All right, it's our last day here in Banff. As you can see behind me, it is still pouring rain. This morning we're doing a gondola ride to the top of a mountain. Not sure how much you'll be able to see. And then we're gonna be doing some more sightseeing and more time in the town of Banff. Lacey unfortunately has come down with the same stomach bug that I had the last couple days, so we'll see how much we're actually doing. But yeah, it's our last day here. Unfortunately the weather hasn't cooperated, and we do head home tomorrow early, so let's make the best of it. Yeah, Lacey's not doing well, so she decided to bail on the gondola ride. I frankly think it's the right move. We have a long day of travel tomorrow, and she should be feeling south as she can. Plus, I mean, this should be a big mountain. I'm not sure how much we're really gonna be able to see on the gondola anyway, but let's go check it out. For the record, I did ask if she wanted me to stick around, but she's just gonna sleep. So I am gonna go on this adventure solo, but I didn't want everybody to think I'm an asshole. I did ask. Cozy.
I know. I'm like, oh my.
We're gonna be the best of friends. So they got snow up there last night. Did you see this?
I
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Okay. This is snow on June 20th. Thank you. Thanks. What did he say our downtime was? 9:40. All right. It is a very like weird juxtaposition against the mountains. It's also a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be. All right, Castle Mountain coffee. Oh, you're good. You're good. You held the door long enough. Thank you. Not much for views. Get her! Get her! Peace and quiet.
Déterminez quel sentier conduit aux capacités de votre troupe et au temps dont vous disposez. Avant de partir, vérifiez le rapport sur l'état des sentiers.
Good place to practice my French. The color turquoise in the glacial lakes is due to, I don't know, Ferrand rock, something rock, which is made up of fine particles of rock pulverized as the glaciers go through or displaced by the glaciers. Again, the Ferrand rock, I don't know what that is. Interacts with the light and reflects the blue-green that we see. Let's see how I did. Oh, rock flower, Ferrand rock. Ferrand rock. Okay, well, I think I did okay. It's a grizzly bear. Insane. Good to get in? All right, thank you. Decided to head back a little bit early ahead of the crowd to get a gondola to myself, and it worked out. Pretty cool coming out. Great to see snow. No views, which kind of sucked, but back down the mountain we go. Get these videos headed back down. I'm actually having to stick my hand out this window, which is a little nerve-wracking. Let me be honest, lose your phone here. All the footage is gone from the trip. Pretty crazy to be in a snowstorm on June 20th. Thank you guys. Northgate Gardens. Check them out.
We just have one guest that wasn't feeling well, didn't join us today. Again, as I mentioned, our next stop is going to be out at Lake Minnewanka. Yeah, we can't stop. We've got the parks vehicle behind us.
Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it could be a trail. Yeah. Man, this reminds me a lot of Alaska. Not sure if it's the rain or rocks, but good thing about these group trips is even though you're with a big group, if you don't mind scurrying a little bit and getting ahead of the group or going further than most people on the bus are willing to go, you get some amazing spots to yourself. I mean, there's nobody else here. Got this nice little corner of the lake to myself. Absolutely gorgeous. I will go to this point. Back, place just still wasn't feeling good, so I'm just exploring. Grab some lunch in town. Might hike up to the Fairmont Hotel. Not sure. It's like 4 kilometers, but maybe I can figure out a bus. Meanwhile, look at this nature watch. This nature walk. Jeez. Does feel like a good way to get eaten by a bear. Missy loved this when we were walking around yesterday, so she's sick. I'm gonna pick it up for her. There are buses, but I feel like walking, so we're gonna walk up to the Banff Springs Hotel. Yeah, this really doesn't seem that far at all. Claremont and private entrance. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in all these areas. What the hell, right? Side of the gatehouse. Trying to get, that's a German restaurant, trying to get over there somehow. Oh, figured it out. There we go. So this apparently was the original golf house. They converted it to this German restaurant. All right, I'm gonna wrap up today here. I'll be back in a little bit to let you know my thoughts on this trip, but God, this is gorgeous here. I know I keep doing that, but it's so gorgeous. All right, see you in a bit. Hey, we're a couple days back now from the trip, and I just wanted to come back and give you my thoughts on the Gate 1 Express Canadian Rockies Tour. Things I didn't like, things I liked, my thoughts for future trips. So we'll end with the stuff that I liked, but we'll start with the things that I didn't like. Obviously, there was some stuff that nobody could control. The weather, right? It rained almost the entire time, except for the first day when we got there. Nobody can control that. Not upset at Gate 1 or our tour guide or anybody about that. Second thing, Lacey and I both got sick. Again, nobody's fault. Not sure where we picked it up. But I was pretty miserable for half a day, and Lacey missed an entire day of the trip. Again, that's nobody's fault. That's just part of traveling. And things that come up. Things that were different about this trip that should be called out. So one, the prior tour we did was not done during a peak season. So we went off season to Europe. This trip, we were in Banff at peak season, right? So the town was full. There were 40 people on this tour instead of, I think it was 20 on the last one. And there's just more tour buses, more people in general at all these locations. It wasn't unenjoyable, but it definitely felt more crowded. The second thing is this could be a plus or a minus. It was a shorter trip, and with 40 people and essentially just 3 days together, we didn't make any like really close connections. The group was kind of spread out all over the place. There weren't any dinners together. And I guess that's just part of the express versus the traditional. So we really liked that aspect of it, especially the last night. The last night dinner when we did the European trip was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole trip. I had an absolute blast. But I do understand with an express tour, that's just not part of what we purchased. And like the European trip too, with well, it was 20 people then, but with 40 people, people with different abilities to move around, you are at times slowed down by the slowest person in your group. Now in Canada, once you're off the bus, you could kind of jet out, get as far as you could, and then come back. And there was certainly enough time to explore, but at times you were moving at the pace of the slowest person. All right, things we did like. So again, like Lacey and I are very busy people, and neither of us really likes the idea of sitting down and planning out for a trip. What hotels are we going to stay at? What are we going to go see? What are we going to eat? That's just not that enjoyable when we're trying to relax. So going on one of these tours, that's essentially all taken care of for you. We did know from our last experience that those free nights where there's no dinner planned, you do want to make reservations ahead of time. So that we did plan, but waking up and not having to say like, oh, geez, should we go here or should we go there? It's just you wake up, there's an itinerary, boom, boom, boom. Second thing I love, tour guide. Tour guide was great. A gentleman named Ian. He'd been in the Banff area since he was like 19 years old. He worked there for quite a while, so he was very knowledgeable, very friendly. He's Canadian, right? So he's very friendly. But he was absolutely great, as was the bus driver. Price, I don't think you can beat the price. It was $1,000 for the entire trip, without the airline ticket that was added on, and without food and all that. But the trip itself was $1,000. And I don't know that you could beat that if you'd planned it on your own, right? Between the hotel costs, getting around in Banff, and all that sort of stuff. So would I recommend Gate 1 on another trip? Absolutely. We will probably look for longer trips because we like getting to know the people, and we will probably stay away from peak season trips moving forward, but that's just our personal preference. We did talk to the guide, and he said, yeah, if you come after Labor Day in September, the Banff and the parks are essentially empty. There's nobody up there. So a little bit better planning, as much as I said we don't want to do that on our side, would do better. But we're already looking at another trip this year to Europe over Thanksgiving. So we are going to continue to go out with Gate 1. We really like it. And we find that, at least in our last 2 cases, we've had a great time. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to EJ Does Everything for more awesome content like this, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.